This is episode 34 of the It Makes Sense series. How It Makes Sense was really born. It Makes Sense was born the moment my life finally connected its own dots. It didn't start as a brand idea, but came from my nickname Senz that followed me most of my life, which is derived from my real name, Asenso. But there was no significance to it early on until after I retired from basketball when everything felt like it was falling apart. That name took on a whole different life, because that was the moment I started trying to make sense of myself. You spend years being defined by a sport, your job, your value, your identity, and when it's gone, you're left sitting in a quiet room with the one question athletes never prepare for. Who am I without the jersey? And when I finally slowed down enough to look at my own life, the journey didn't look random anymore. It actually looked orchestrated. Being sent to boarding school at 7, growing up around privilege but never feeling like I belonged, playing basketball around the world, seeing different cultures, dealing with pressure, isolation, humanity, everything from every angle, and then losing the one thing I thought I'll do forever. Suddenly, the story connected. The discipline from sports, the resilience from childhood, the intuition from surviving tough environments, the emotional depth from starting over again and again. The hunger to build something that actually matters. That's when Sense stopped being a nickname and became a meaning. And It Makes Sense was born, not as a slogan, not as a brand, but as a realization that my entire life had been training me for something bigger than being an athlete, something internal, something purpose-driven, something I could build, shape, and pour into people. It was the moment where everything I survived, everything I questioned, everything I carried, finally lined up into one direction. Not to impress, but to impact. And that's why it makes sense, because my life didn't make sense while I was living it. Only when I stepped back did I finally see the logic, the intuition, and the meaning behind every chapter. So this name isn't a brand. It's the story of a life that had to break so it could finally align.